kind of idea like this to show a ciphered message at the top. We have always ABCD to Z here in the middle, and then we'll use Z ABCD here in the as a key. And then, for example, A will go to the letter A, and then go to translation, and then it will be translated to Z in this case for the clear text message. So we use a cipher message. We have maybe we call this the key in some parts, and here are just A to Z always. Cool. So let's see how we do this. Set up canvas. Yeah, so let's set up canvas, and I think we focus on the level 2, let's say, when we have can switch to level 2 now, where we have a garbled key, so it doesn't have to go straight from the top to the bottom one. Here we have a shifted key, so it's just shifted once to the right, but we will also support having a more of a scrambled key where the lines in here can go yeah, let's show scrambled. It can go something like this. So yeah, something like that is the idea. This part is scrambled key, and this part is shifted key. That's the idea. Okay, let's go back to the page. We can actually also see the whiteboard like so. Set up canvas. Okay, so we'll do that. Here we have the word list. Set up canvas. Okay, so we'll start by making it white. I think is nicest. So I'll use 6 Fs. It's 20 by 10, that's fine. We probably use animation, maybe even interact button or human input later. Typically this one should be shorter. Okay, let's save that. See if it goes white. Yes. So set up the canvas. What parts do we need? Let's put up some boxes for the. We'll call the top one A to Z. I'm not sure we need to keep it, but let's say that we do. Graphics A to Z. Also an opportunity to give it a name. I'll go to the help wiki so we can see how to do stuff. Create a free code, how to use graphics. And here we go to maybe a rectangle is what we're going to use now. So we'll do a new rectangle, simply like that. Canvas, new rectangle. And where do we want it? Let's put some variables here. Some graphics variables, let's say. So what do we want to do? We call these ones boxes, maybe. Talking about these ones that we have on the whiteboard here. We can call these ones boxes. So we can set up a box width. Actually, we know that the canvas width is 20 and the canvas height is 10. So maybe the box width is something like 0.8 times the canvas width, maybe a little bit more even. And what do we do? The box height might be a ratio of the canvas height. What should we try? Something like that. And then we draw the box. Let's see what it looks like. This should be the width and the height. Let's do a black edge for now. Box line width is something 0.2. Sorry, edge equals box line width, x and y then. Okay, so we need some positioning of the box as well. So we can use something like maybe box top margin is 0.325 times the canvas height, and the box left margin is, I guess we just take the full width, we put it in the middle, so canvas width minus box width, say 0.5 times that. Okay, oops. So now we can calculate some things here. Maybe I'll use self everywhere here. I was doing an exercise yesterday where that really helped a lot. So because I might have to use it also in update canvas later or in other places. So I'll use I'll save it on the in the class. So let's just say x mid then becomes the left margin. So the graphical objects always want to be specified by using the midpoint. So we're going to use the calculate the midpoint of the box around here somewhere. Here is the top margin, here is the left margin. We have the width of the box, the height of the box, etc. So x mid is box left margin plus half of the box width to get to the midpoint, and y mid is something like top margin plus half the height. And we put them here, x mid and y mid. Okay, let's see how that looks. Canvas width, I was using self dot now. Box line width. Okay, let's go with save. We might save some time later if we do that. That's my idea. Okay, so we have a box. The line width is a little bit big. That still looks a little bit big, maybe. Maybe something like that. All right. Then we do, so this is the top box, which is for A to Z. And then we do the bottom box, which we call the key. I will do something similar here. But we'll also have something called self dot box separation or box y separation or something. So in there we need to put all these lines that we see. So we'll see what we might need some space there really. But the bottom box we want to use, I guess Xmid is still the same, so we don't need that actually. But Ymid is now top margin plus actually the whole box height times, so the first we need to go down all of the first box plus half of the second box, so 1.5 times the box height plus the separation. So we keep that one also. This one is called key. Maybe box A to Z and box key. Okay, so we're getting somewhere. Maybe it should be a little bit more centered. We'll change the top margin. Okay, yeah, that's good enough for now. So maybe we should also, like I did on the whiteboard, we should maybe write cipher message, clear text, A to Z, and key here. So we add some labels. Those we use a text for. So we go here and search for new text. We use something like this maybe. So we have one label there called cipher message. And maybe we'll even put an edge around it. So we can calculate again here Xmid. Maybe Xmid is just Xmid. So we use the middle of the box. Go with that for now. See how it looks. We can take a new Ymid. And that will be... We can have a text size also here somewhere. So default text size is what? 1. So Ymid is... I'll just write something here actually for now. 3. Y equals Ymid, X equals Xmid, and here we do self.text size, and we'll keep the text black. So 3 is a little bit okay. So we want it to be text align center, and 3 was a little bit much. And text size is a little bit high. Okay, so we have something like what I wrote. Should we put a little box around it as well? Yeah, I can't run yet. We can actually remove that in step. We have this not implemented thingy, which gives us a warning. Now we should be able to press that one. So keep setting up the canvas here. Maybe do a little box around it as well. So we do a new rectangle. Now I'll just set it here. Text size maybe 1.2 times text size is the height. We use a black edge. Yeah, let's see what that looks like. so it needs to be more than 3. And we'll use a little bit smaller edge there. Let's try something like that. So here we'll go the cipher message. We need to create the room for the text as well. We actually probably want to draw lines also, like I did on the whiteboard. Like these lines here, from A down to the A to Z, down to the key, and down to, at least for the animation, I think we want to show that how it's created. So we need to keep track where every letter is in the cipher message. And it also makes, I guess for the first levels, no, we probably want long messages everywhere, because long messages are actually easier to solve than short messages. So let's try that. We'll use pretty long messages. Figure that out somehow. Maybe even 2 rows if we are advanced. We'll see. Now, what do we want to do? We can add the 8 to. We can add more labels. Why not? So now I'm mixing a little bit between. Let's put some more variables here. For the labels, we can have a label height. Oops. I was using this one for that. Let's move that out. I think it's nice to give stuff names. It's easier to to see what it is, for example, rather than putting everything in a long line like this. 4.8 is the width. But that will actually differ between how long the text is. And it can be calculated, but let's not do that now. So this one, now we have, let's put A to Z to the left of the box here. So X-mid is very much to the left, let's say 1, and Y-mid is whatever Y-mid was up here. So we save that actually. Top box Y-mid. Then we don't have to recalculate it here. Here it should say A to Z. Maybe here we'll use left actually. Okay. No, that I shouldn't change. X mid is 0.2. Okay, we use left alignment. Okay. What do we have here? I changed one of the Y mids, but not the other one. We need that for the edge, the box as well. Okay, let's see what we have now. Yeah, we have something like that. The label width is much less. Okay, but the box needs to have center alignment, so we'll use center alignment for the text as well. See where we end up here. Okay. I'm not sure we need a box around that one though. Maybe we should skip that. We skip the box on that part. So we just use the letters, and then we can go back. And the XMID could be a little bit more to the right. Okay, and then we don't need label width actually. So we do the other label we have there, which is key. And then we just want to use bottom box for the Y mid. What was it called? Top box Y mid. I never gave it a name. Like that. But now, of course, bottom box. Okay, we're getting there. We have cipher message, A to Z, and key. Then we have the clear text label. That should be pretty similar to the cipher message. We'd use a box again. Now we're going at the bottom. Label with, okay, and here we put clear text. See how that looks. Because now XMID has changed. So we'll do those two labels first. Cipher message. I'll put small comments. First we have cipher message, then we have clear text label. And then we have labels to the left. Okay. And clear text should go down a little bit. It's not much space now for the clear text, so we need to move things up a bit. So we start with the top margin. Needs to be a little bit less than that, I think. But maybe a little bit lower than that. Okay, and now we move up the clear text label. Something like that. So now it should look a little bit more like what we have on the whiteboard there. I think there should be enough space for stuff now. We'll see. Maybe we should move the box up. It seems to be more space under the cipher message than under clear text. So we'll move stuff up a little bit more. So let's say we move it up 0.2. Top margin. But I use this height here. Okay. Yeah. think this looks okay. We'll see. Okay, so let's come up now with some variables for cipher message and clear text. What looks best? I guess we'll use uppercase letters only, and now we also have to choose if we should have spaces and dots, full stops. But I guess we'll go for the more tricky one where we don't use spaces. So you have to figure out where the spaces are. That feels a little bit more tricky. Do we want to be tricky? Yeah. Let's start off like that. Otherwise we have to change it. Or is it easier to have... Let's say we have space and dot, and then we can remove them. That's easier to do graphically than to add them later. So then... let's say here in the initialization of the class we put valid cars, which is A, B, C. Okay, I should do this in some clever way, I'm sure, but I actually like to see this manually as well. So I'll just create this manually. Why not? But why do I use a list? I can use just a string. That's much easier. Okay. We have a space and a full stop, let's say. Should make it a little bit easier to solve. So those will also be part of the substitution then. But ideally we should make it work even if we remove the space and the full stop. Spill a bit of coffee. Alright, so we have our valid cars. We should probably keep something like the cipher message. And now what do we put here? We need to keep to the common words as well. Okay, let's write something. Hi, good to have you here. I hope you enjoy the exercise. Okay, so that could be some kind of message. I guess we should have a little bit longer messages, both to make it possible to do what's it called? Analysis of the frequency analysis. So you see that E is more common than H, for example. I hope you enjoyed the exercise. Good luck solving it. Okay, that's our cipher message. All right. Then we have self dot key, I guess. And before we said that the key should be a list of strings, but maybe we should actually just use a string, at least internally. We'll see how we do it for other parts. So let's say we shift this just one, so we put the dot here and we remove it from the end. That would be one of the kind of easier ciphers. I realize I have two different ideas now on how to do this. We have both this case where we shift things, the shifted key. We move things, for example, one step to the right. Then I have these lines always being straight. But I also have a case where I say it's a scrambled key. Yeah, I think we'll change this idea to because yeah, otherwise either we do these lines to be not always straight like here, but instead like tilted and go all over the place. But that might actually be difficult. That's what I've been drawing here with the scramble key. But maybe that's actually pretty difficult to see, especially when you have all 28, 30 letters or something. Or what is it in English? 25. So maybe we'll shift this to always be like this instead. But these are always straight, let's say. And then we just change the key like I've done now. Maybe that makes a lot more sense actually. And then I want to prepare also for solving this manually using Interact. That would have been easier to do, I think, with the lines going all over the place, because then you can click that B is connected to D and you just draw a line. If we do it like this, just changing the key around, then you would click on D somewhere and put it on under B. I guess that works. Okay, so we'll go with only straight lines and not going all over the place. Then we can actually make this distance here a lot bigger, a lot less smaller. So we go back to set up canvas. The box separation can now be something like a lot smaller. Maybe like this. And now I realize I should have started, instead of doing a top margin, I should have done everything from the middle, because we probably want these guys to be in the middle at all times. Should we just change that? Is it worth it? We can do like this. Where do we have the top margin? Here, box top margin. So once we know the box height, we can calculate the top margin in a different way to always be in the middle. So how do we do that? Keep that for now. So it's actually half of the canvas height. Minus half the separation. So now I need to put that above. What am I doing? Box separation, okay. Minus half the, so I'm starting here. Okay, I'm not showing the right thing. I'm starting here in the middle, and I'm doing half of the box separation. So I'm recalculating box left margin now to be, I start with half of the canvas height. Box, I'm doing this part. Top margin is half the canvas height minus half of the separation minus 1 box height. Let's see how this looks. Now it should be centered, hopefully. Yes, now it looks more centered. That's good. Now we can move up clear text a little bit. So Y mid could actually be bottom box Y mid, then we are here, plus half a height of the box. So I'm trying to do things a little bit more logical. So if when I start to move things around again, I will not have to change everything. Plus some, I don't know. Let's do some kind of self dot default margin. we can use. Plus the margin. Plus we need to go half the height of the label. Guess this is hard to follow, but I'm trying to. Yeah, so now the default margin is a little bit low, maybe. We need to have maybe twice that. Let's try that. I think it looks pretty okay to have it close to that one, but maybe not as close here. So let's use 1.6. Okay, starting to get somewhere at least. Now we want to add. What should we show now? Maybe we should show the cipher message and the clear text message. Let's do that. So we started to put in some kind of cipher message. For now, I will just put in the clear text being the same. Cipher text. Cipher message is what I use. Okay, let's keep that cipher message and clear text. Why not? So now they're exactly the same. This can be some kind of standard length. Maybe we should use what is the maximum message we want to have. Good luck solving it. Maybe it can be a little bit longer. Good luck solving it. You are doing great. Okay. Let's say that is the longest we will use. So we have to make that fit on the screen. So we have cipher message, we have clear text, we have the key, which is the instead of here it will always be A to Z. Here it should be basically we'll put the valid cars here, and the key we'll put here. Okay, so let's add those things now: the cipher message, A to Z, the key, and the clear text in setup canvas. So here we want to have we're going to draw lines also, I think, like we have on the whiteboard. So to do an animation, we will show here how we actually get to each letter. So we need to know the position of these guys. So how do we keep them? Maybe we can do it as a function. Yeah, maybe we do it as a function. We'll try that. Can use underscore, but I'm not going to bother with all those underscore things. Get, it's just a small class here. We're using it now for one purpose. I'm not going to go too fancy. Get xy, I guess. Get cipher xy, and now I mean the letter xy, and this could also be a class function. No, actually we're going to use stuff, so self, and then we have the index here. So what I'm trying to say is that if we have a certain letter number, the index is 0, 1, 2, 3 for that one. I want the function to say what xy of the canvas is for that position of the D there. That's the idea, because we're gonna both, and the same thing up here and for the clear text down here, because we're gonna draw lines also later, so it makes some sense to be able to calculate these in one place. So if we do get cipher xy, so here, yeah, Now we want to make sure that we fit the whole text. And I'm not sure if we should take height for, allow for shorter messages and that thereby using bigger text. I think the simple version here will just use the same length always. So we'll even though we have a shorter message in the future, we'll use the full length. We'll use smaller letters also for shorter messages. If that makes any sense at all. Okay. So how do we calculate these ones? Now we have a lot of self blah 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 here for the different places we put stuff, so we should be able to calculate it, I guess. It should be something like self, the Y should be top box. Oh no, we're doing the cipher message now. Okay, get cipher XY. But maybe we should anyway start from the top box and do minus and go upwards here. It feels like that's easier somehow. So we start with the top box Y. Where do we have it? Top box Y mid. I'll just copy down some values here. So Y mid is equal to top box Y mid. Then we are here. Minus half the height. Then we are here. And then we want to jump a little bit up here also. Self.text, we use self.text size, I guess. Maybe we'll use a separate text size for this one. Self.cipher text size. Slightly bigger, hopefully. Although I'm not sure. Let's go with the same for now. So we are at the top here. We're calculating the Y of these letters here. Then we do minus half of the text size. Then minus we use this default margin. But probably more than just once. We have double default margin. I'm not doing stuff yet. In the end here we will return x mid comma xy, or comma y mid, x mid comma y mid. X mid, what is that? So then we should give something to the very left here first. Do we have some kind of left margin somewhere? Box left margin. I'm not sure we need to use that though. We can use some kind of default margin multiplier plus index times something related to the text size. Not too sure right now. Okay, so now we'll add the cipher message here. Self.cipher message. So we take out an index in a for loop. And we say that x comma y is equal to get cipher xy of this index. And then we add the text here. So we had self.cipher letters, let's say, is a list. So we do self.cipher cipher letters dot append, And now we're going to add a letter here, so we have something like new text. We'll copy this one for now. So we put the actual letter we have in the cipher message. Cipher message of X. And then we had something called cipher text size, I think. Black X equals X we used now. We'll call it X mid and Y mid, why not? X is X mid, Y is Y mid. Text line center. Okay, let's see what we get. Hi, good to have you here. Okay, so we have a little bit of high spacing. So the cipher text size should be, I guess I'll still start with that as a baseline. So now we see a problem here. It's gonna be pretty hard to fit this whole message in one line. So we'll use 2 lines, I think. Just decide that we have 2 lines. Now it's extra useful to have a function. So how many? Let's use some other. Okay, we'll use it. We'll do like this. We'll set it up here at the start. This is the setup canvas. So we'll say that we have self dot num lines is 2 and self dot letters per line, or maybe cars per line, is equal to something 30. Let's try that, and then we use this in the function here. So what happens? X and Y will be a bit different now. So if we let's say we calculate line num first. So that is index whole number division by integer division by self dot cars per line. So if we have, let's say, 30 there and we are at number 31, then we'll get a 1. If we have a lower than 30, then we get 0 as a line num. That's fine. So now we would know which line num we are at. And then we'll have instead car num on the line. Or I guess it should be line index, because we start with 0. At least that's my thinking. So car index is then probably modulo. That's the way it usually is, right? Modulo self cars per line. And now when we calculate this, we don't use the index for X, we use the index on the line. And for Y mid we use how do we do this? So we calculate some part. We should start below the cipher message. So I'm calculating from the middle here now and going up. Let's say that still makes sense. Although it's starting to make a lot less sense now. No. Okay, let's still do it. So is the line height exactly the cipher text size? Maybe it is. But we want to have something like, we're starting from this box and going up here. Okay, that's fine. And then we want to always, let's say, remove twice the default margin. Okay. So then we are somewhere here. And now we want to kind of start from going up the number of lines that we have here. 2 lines. So we do something like minus self.num lines. But we can skip. Trying to do a little bit much here in one calculation. Self.num lines minus a half is one idea. Because we want to end up in the middle of the line height. Times cipher text size. But we want to remove the line x as well. So if we are in the second, something like this, okay. Let's see what happens. I hope you enjoy the exercise. Good luck solving it. So now we get kind of 4 lines here instead of 2, but it seems to do something along the lines of what we want. The cipher text size here should also include a margin, because we're going yeah, we have some margin between these lines as well, I think. Okay, so we have the spacing here is should be bigger, maybe. Maybe we can have more than 30. We can have maybe 40. Yeah, starting to get there. I think we want to fit maybe 2 lines, it looks like, for this one. But the spacing between the letters is a bit big right now. Still a bit big. And we need to have more than 40. We need to have 50. So maybe we'll support 100 letters. The problem is that the letters are not fixed with, and I can't change text. So that's hopefully a feature to come at some point. But that makes this look a little bit funny. What if we probably need to make the text size a little bit smaller, because the text is starting to go together here. So we'll change the cipher text size to smaller. Now we can increase the width a little bit. But not that much. Now it's starting to look like something. Should probably have started from the middle to make sure we center this one, but let's not do that for now. Just try to solve it. So now we can support 100 letters. I don't see that the letters are kind of going together, but obviously the eyes are getting too much space. But I want to keep it simple, because otherwise it's going to be a big problem to calculate where the letters are. And I was hoping to animate this also at some point. Yeah, I'm kind of happy with this. So I'm trying to center it by using a margin now. Alright, we have something like this. It looks something like what I have on on the whiteboard. And we can probably reuse this for the clear text. It doesn't make much sense to make two different ones, so I guess we can call it not get cipher xy, but get let's call it that. Is clear text. Just use the same one for the clear text. So I guess now we have a max of 100 letters also. Good to keep in mind. Otherwise we won't be able to display it in a good way. At least as a reminder, I'll put it there. So for the clear text, guess we call it self.clear text cipher message clear text. Okay, now we not need to do something with this variable here. So if it is clear text, we want ymid to be further down. I'll do it like this. I'll just go with something really stupid. 3 times self dot box height. See where we end up. Get xy. Okie dokie. Get cipher xy. Unexpected keyword argument. It was called is clear text. All right. We just need to go a little bit further down. Okay. Does that look okay? Yeah, not perfect, but we can move down the cipher message label a little bit, so it's a little bit further from the top there. Labels, cipher message, ymid. This looks okay, I guess. Actually, clear text could also go down a little bit. Okay. So now we have those clear text, cipher message, and clear text. We want to put A to Z and key here as well. Maybe we should have more colors in this, or to make it look a little bit more fun. I don't know. Should these maybe be blue or something? Let's do the cipher message. Is maybe red. And this one is blue, let's say. Does that look more fun? Yeah, I think so. Okay. All right, so we want to put in A to Z here somewhere. A to Z, basically the valid cars. So, okay, we'll just copy this for now. We want to go in self.valid, valid cars. But xmid and ymid, I guess we can do a function there as well in some kind of similar manner to the cipher one. Get A to Z xy. This is so bad and dangerous, just copy a lot of code, but feel lazy. So I want to do a function for get A to Z xy. So it should be these guys here. Basically we copy using the same method again, but instead of isClearText we call it isKey equals false. Okay, so we go through valid cars, we get it from this method. Okay, we call everything cipher letters now, that's not so good. Clear text, we're gonna have clear text letters. And here we can use self.A to Z letters. I guess I usually call it graphics when it's something to do, not like just the values. It's a graphics element in the canvas. So actually I'll go with that here as well. Graphics for cipher letters, for clear text, for A to Z letters. And then we append them to that list. Go through all valid cars, we get the X and Y, we put them there. We use valid cars there. Cipher text size. So where do we have that? Let's use A to Z text size. That should be bigger. Something. Okay. So for this one we use a bigger text size. Like so. And maybe now we go back to black. Don't want it colors everywhere. Okay, something like that. Now we need to calculate A to Z xy though. So we're not on different lines anymore. We are on just one line. So we can remove this one. So then we go back to using index everywhere instead of these indexes. And here should say if is key, then we add something. Okay, so how do we calculate then? I mean, ymid should be really simple, right? It should be just self.topbox ymid if or rather it's self.bottombox ymid if is key, else self.topbox. So now we can reuse those variables we had from before, which is nice. So ymid should be easy. Xmid, we have to do something. Okay, so we have some margin here. Should we maybe calculate it from the middle of the box? The box xmid. Do we save that even? We maybe just had xmid here. Yeah, we just have xmid for the top box. But I can change that. Self dot boxes xmid. And then we have to put it in here, and then we reuse the same one there. Actually, it's a little bit nicer. And cipher message. We're reusing it here as well. And for the clear text, we're not recalculating xmid, we use the same one. Here we recalculate it. Okay. Does this even run now? That's the problem. I'm changing too much. Okay, we have something coming up here. That's nice. So we want to use for xmid, we start with self.boxes xmid minus half a box width. Self.box width. And then we start to go plus. After that, plus some margin. Plus index times blah blah blah. Okay, what do we have now? So now we can go even higher here, but not that high. A little bit more margin. Space actually looks a little bit funny like that. But I guess it is actually space. But when we show it here, we probably should change it. Okay, it's a little bit further to the, let's use 3.5. Something like that, I think is okay. W is almost hitting V, and I is very spacious around it, but that's the way it has to be, I think. Alright, what else do we need? Takes always the longest time just to get stuff into the canvas. That's how it is. Okay, we'll add the key also now. I think we're pretty happy with this one. Yeah, it was about showing the space as an underscore in this box. So it's this one here. So if it's not space, then we use the car, else we use underscore. Something like that, to make it a little bit more clear. Alright, now we want to do something similar for the key. Graphics key letters. And then we use, instead of valid cars, we use, did we call it just key? What did we call it? Yeah, self.key, okay. So then we should also use self.key here. And now we should add that to get a sed. We say that is key is true. And then we need to add something here. Yeah, we fixed that already. Okay, so that's nice. Now we have a key, and it looks a little bit funny with dot and underscore. But it's also a lot nicer for the reader to see the words once you have it right and solved. It's also nice when doing frequency analysis later, because space will be the most common letter, so to say. So it should be pretty easy to nail the words, hopefully. So I think this can be a good setup. Alright, now do I need to draw lines maybe here to show which letters are connected? I think that might look nice. Let's try that. Lines between A to Z and key letters. It should be a breeze now that we have the functions. So we do some kind of XY thing here again. And then we draw a line, and this I think we don't really have to, they'll just be static, so we can just add them, and they will be something called polygon. Something like this maybe. Copy from the wiki. Color black edges. Didn't we have a line width somewhere? Line self dot line width. Box line width. Okay, we'll reuse that. What are the points then? So I guess we'll use x, y, x1 and y1, x2, y2. Okay, so we'll get these x1 comma y1 is equal to self dot get a to z x, x2 and y2 are equal to the same thing, but we do use the key, and then we draw the lines between those 2 points. Now we have to fix things later with the Z index and stuff, because this does, I think we'll just have them, we'll raise the boxes of this a little bit, so we can use, basically these are at the bottom, so we can put Z index 1 for those ones, the lines, and then we can use it will actually solve itself also without Z index if we just start by drawing these lines. Should be a little bit lazy, because things that are added later goes on top of things that are added before. So, but we don't have to care about those, but we just go to this AZ thing here, and then we add the lines first, and then the valid cars, and then the key. But we need one, we need boxes as well. I just want to move the lines kind of below. I'm thinking what's a nice way to arrange the code now. So let's say if I add it pretty high up here, will it still work is one thing. Yes. Now then when we add the A to Z boxes, but they're even higher up, okay. Maybe I should use Z index instead. Okay, I'll go back to use Z index. So Z index here is 1. I will have to add Z index to all the other stuff I add. Although not really the things that are above and below. So we start with labels. No. Where do we add the boxes? These are... Where do I add the boxes? Oh, here are bottom box and top box. Okay. So these at least needs to have, let's say it's Z index 10. But we also, now we're just doing the edge, so we need a copy of that, which uses not edge, but instead a fill of white. And let's see where we are. Things will disappear now, but yeah, that's more what we want. Then we do the same thing for this box here. I'm saving the box here as well. Not sure I actually need it though. When will we ever change that? No, we'll skip. We'll skip saving it for now. Actually, we can put the edge on 11, just work anyway. But this one is white and is not an edge object. Okay. Yeah, and now we'll use something like Z index 20 for the letters and all that. Okay. So let's see. Yeah, I think that looks okay. It looks something like what I drew in the beginning. So where are we? Still setting up the canvas, but we have most of the stuff now. I mean, my idea was to do an animation also. We'll see if we get to that. I'll probably put that as a to-do. Animate going from cipher message to clear text. We say that now we have set up the canvas basically. Now we start to do something new and fun. We start to implement step. So now we actually want to call the user solution called decipher. And I think we will have people decipher more than one message. I think this can be pretty tricky also. We'll see where this exercise ends up. I'm not too sure. It's a little bit, can be a little bit tricky. But implement step, let's do that. So for level 2, the idea was to allow any scrambled key here. That's what we want to do also for decipher. Should we change something in the API? We say that you return a list of strings. Or should we just return a string? Like, I mean, internally now we're using a string as the key, like so, which basically a string is a list of characters. Yeah, I don't know what's easiest to understand. That's the problem. But okay, let's say for now that we actually, the return type is just a string instead. Return the key as a string. Uppercase characters, including space and full stop. An example key could be Um, let's start with sed. A, B, C, D, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Not Z then. Okay. This is the a shift 3 characters. How many? 1, 2, 3. Yeah. 3 characters to the right from the we'll just keep it at that. Okay, so let's do it like that instead. The cipher message is still a string that they get as input, and the words that are available they get as a list. Okay, good. So now we have a new method for solving below here with the text we just wrote. Should give a lot more info here, but I'll leave that also to the description part. Can also write the description. We should also have improve the API comments. Okie dokie. So now, how are we doing? I have maybe almost an hour more to spend on this. So I think, and the canvas feels pretty good now. With animation it's going to need more, but let's skip animation for now. Okay, what do we do next? Implement step. Okay, that's what we were trying to do. Go back to step here. So here is where we call the solution. So what do we want them to do? We want basically them to do solution.decipher. Copy it from here. Self.cipher message and self.words. Words is actually a constant now, but let's just add it here as well. Okay. So what do we want to happen? Actually, I mean, in the beginning we don't want to show maybe the clear text, do we? We should define the levels first. Okay, so we have some levels here. And my idea is that level 1 should be shifted. Shifted key. Level 2 should be what we call a scrambled key. Can even put that in the names here. Doesn't make so much sense to have it as a comment anymore, but why not? Okay, we'll see where we end up. So for level 2 here, we'll have we should have a key then. What did we have as a key up here? We can actually steal this a little bit. Reuse them, I mean. So for the second level, we're gonna use the key being this one, and the clear text could be this one. And for now, we'll just add that to all levels so we have something, so we don't kind of break. Maybe we'll do 4 levels in the end. So here the key is shifted exactly once, but let's say that we want to scramble it. How do we do that in the best way? Maybe we should use a Python command to do it. Okay, trying to remember how to do this. Isn't it something like that? No. What am I doing? Okay. So string dot split. Okay. Apparently I have to check up how to split the string. String dot split. Okay. Is it just split? I guess in old Python it used to be that, string was a list of characters. Can't I just split on empty? Okay. Can you just write list of this thing? Okay, that was possible. Nice. Import random. And I guess there is Python. I'm googling here on the other screen. Random shuffle, maybe. I think it's shuffle. Let's try that. Random dot shuffle L. That looks nice. And now we just want to do, isn't it? Dot join L. I think it's, yeah, that's it. Okay. So now we have the scrambled key here. Do we have an A? Yeah, it looks okay. And we have a key and a clear text. That should be enough to do this level. Okay, so now instead in the setup here for in the init of the class, we do something different now. We say that cipher message can use this also for debugging, but for now we say that it's config. Did we call it cipher message? What did we call it? Clear text. Clear text, of course. Yeah, we have to actually do the cipher. That's clear text is this thing. Yeah, of course. So we had these ones for trial, and now we say that they are, comment them out a little bit, and we say that the clear text comes from the config, and then we're going to do self.cipher message is some kind of method, self dot is it called encrypt and decrypt? Encrypt. we want to encrypt the clear text using the key. Self.key, we also need to, these were the debug values. And now we get the key from the config. Like so. And then we do self.key. Okay. So now we have to define encrypt. Def encrypt self comma clear text comma key. Okay. So I guess nowadays you can't call a string, like if you do something like this, s equals this, s is the string, we can't just do, oh yeah, that we can do, of course. So we don't have to go via list, of course. Yeah, of course. So thing is that this way to do it feels pretty nice. So we have a car. So we need to check, how do you do that? We need to check via ASCII table. We'll just do it in we can use it with a, we can do it with a dict, right? So we go through, we create a dictionary for this, why not? For x in length key. We add that encrypt dict. So if we go from, so here we should actually add what the A, B, C, D, E is for index. So how do we do that? That's we should get from the ASCII table, I guess, or from valid. We have valid cars actually. Yeah, we can use that. So here we should use self-valid cars of x. That one should be equal to key of x. Okay, so now we have an encrypt dict. Now should we use a list or a for loop? We can use yeah. Can use something similar to what we did here before in Python. We do nothing, or empty string.join of a list, and the list should be something like for C, for character in clear text. And here we use the encrypt dict of C. Now we should get a list with a scrambled or encrypted message, and then we just return it. Should we try? Can we try this somehow? No, we'll just draw it now. So now actually we will use encrypt there. What happens if I save now? Config is not fine. Self.config maybe. Is it self.config? Self._config. What are we doing? Line 67, okay. For x in range len key. Should maybe check that it's always the right length, but okay. don't get all the letters. But the key is something like this. Okay, so we go through the whole key and we make sure that, I guess what we mean here is that A should become dot. A should become dot. That's the encryption step, the one we're doing right now. Yeah, so you start here, you connect this one. If you have an A, you connect it to this one, and then we say that the key is that should become a dot, and then we put a dot in the right place here. Yeah, I think that's what we want to do. So we go through all of the key, we put it in our little dictionary. So then we use the key, it should be from valid cars, yes. And then we put the key of X as the one we translate to. Okay, here we go through all the, for C in clear text. What was the actual error? It didn't find Y. Because I'm returning too short of a key. I'm actually using my solution now. Okay. I'm encrypting using the key. No, I'm not. I'm using this key. What happened now? Oh my god, my code disappeared. That's so annoying. It happened yesterday as well. So all the things I just wrote disappeared. Okay, yeah, we really need to do something about this. That is so bad. Okay, so I have to rewrite it again. Just be a happy chap. Self, clear text, key. We were using a dict. For X in range len of key. The good thing is that it's going quicker once you've done it once. Valid cars of X is equal to key of X. And then we want to do return. Maybe that was the error I did. Did I have the wrong indentation? Return empty string dot join of this list that we are creating, which is going through. We're picking out encrypt dict of C for C in clear text. Then we want to do something like this, and then just comment out the ones we had. Save now so we don't lose our encrypt function again. So now we have the cipher message. We are getting the clear text message rather. We're getting that from self.config clear text. And then we are doing this part. We have the key. That's what we actually also should get from here. And then we set the cipher message. We just do save for now. problem is it's not saving once you get an error. That's so annoying. Why would you want to not save what you've written? And now it says saved successfully, but I don't trust that. And I shouldn't trust that. Because it's not showing what I have here. So now we have to keep working until we have everything not throwing an error. Self.encrypt clear text, comma, key. Let's see what we have. Okay, did it also remove what I added down here? That is so annoying. Redoing work is always annoying, isn't it? We want to use something like clear text and key. We want to add that to all the levels like we just did, but I'm redoing it. Adding all these extra citation marks that it's trying to help me, but it's really not helpful at all. Okay, now it looks okay, I think. So we add that, so we have one for every level. If we maybe end up with 4 levels in the end. Key error Y. So now we're back to the old one before we lost. Now I'm just going to copy all the code here and have it in a different window, so I don't lose it again. Let's see, copy, and I'm pasting in different window. Okay. So why does it have a key error? Because I forgot Y. Is that why? OPQRSTUWXY. Oh my god, I forgot some stuff. That's not so good. Because I wrote it manually. Yeah. I was lazy and I wrote it manually. Yeah, here as well. So now we might have the wrong length. OPQRSTUVWX is even a Z in there, isn't there? Okay, in level 2 we'll use a scrambled one. These ones I'll copy the one that just shifted for now. We had the scrambled one here, but I'm missing I'm missing stuff. I'm missing XYZ, I guess. Okay, let's take I think this one is correct now. So we reuse what we did before. Then we did a random shuffle, and then we did this one. So now we should have X and Y and Z and stuff. So this is a scrambled key. So we use that for level 2, which we're gonna do now. Yeah, now we have too many. We haven't adapted this to We added 3 letters because I was a bit stupid before, but now actually we have a cipher message and we have a clear text message, so that is nice. We just need to fix the canvas again. So we go back to setup canvas. Setup canvas, okay. We are doing A to Z somewhere here. Okay. So actually it's in this one where we get the X and Y. The X now needs to be a little bit tighter together. Can we still solve it? I mean, W will be... It's a little bit cramped. Maybe I need to reduce the text size, I think. Because W is going together with the other letters now. It doesn't look so good. So we have to change the A to Z text size. We're using cipher text size. Is that cipher text size? We should use this one, right? A to Z text size. Why am I using cipher text size? And we should also use that whenever we call it here. We use A to Z text size. That's correct. Okay, so now we know that this needs to change a lot. Should be a little bit bigger maybe. But we need to also change the A to Z text size to a little bit smaller now that we have more letters to fit in there. So like that, something. And now we increase this one. Something like that. Okay, we're back to an okay state, I think. And we have a cipher message and a clear text message. Okay. So the clear text message shouldn't really appear there from the get-go. That makes it a little bit too easy. So we'll just not show it. That we'll do in the update canvas later. But in the setup canvas, we will remove the clear text. So this, let's say, this is for debugging that we show it. And in actuality, we want to append just maybe a space or something. All right. So now we have something like what we want. Maybe we should just output level. It says level 2 here once you've selected it. Could we also maybe put it there as a label? Kind of like that idea. So we have the labels. Level label, which could say level self dot context dot level plus 1, I think it is.